So receiving is arguably one of the most important features in Fishbowl because everything sort of snowballs from there. If you get receiving wrong, then it's pretty bad, right? It will affect accounting and it will affect picking later on and maybe manufacturing later on. So in this video, we're going to take a look at all the features we can possibly think of in regards to receiving. Another thing you may want to see here is labeling. I mentioned that just briefly a little bit ago. Labeling. If we receive something, then we can label it. Now, that's the weird thing that throws some people off is we've got this label. I made my own custom label here, but it's blank until I actually receive something. So after I receive something, then I can run the label and it's actually filled in. This is the standard label by Fishbowl. We just redid it. We customized it so one part could be on one label. So another useful process to consider with receiving, here let's pull up this example, is this report here. This often falls in place, this receiving list. If you don't have a mobile device to receive with, like this guy here, then the receiving list is another good way to assure that you're recording the correct quantity that you counted and the location that you put it to. Now, sometimes the packing list that the vendor provides for you is good enough and you can just write down the quantity on the packing list and maybe jot down the location you received it to on the packing list. But if not, this is a good option right here, this receiving list. So if you need to print barcodes for parts that you've received, there's other options here as well to print that. This, you actually have to select the PO, and that's actually coming up blank. Now, the only reason I can think of that would come up blank is because this part is not for sale, and this is a product barcode. So products in Fishbowl are parts that are for sale. It's not a part barcode. This L1SW body here, this guy here, and sure enough, we look down here and there's not a product for it. So the product barcode is not going to work for this one because it's only a part and we never sell it. But this label will work, either Fishbowl standard label or the custom label that we created, if you receive it. There's some other receiving labels that you can consider for receiving. One is the part barcode by PO one-off or PO Avery. We can add it to that drop-down list. We come here, check that box, part barcode by PO one-off, part barcode by PO Avery. Both of them show on the purchase order, but not in the receiving drop-down. So we're gonna add them to the receiving drop-down here. From this details section right here, we can add it to the drop-down. So back on the receiving screen, now that we added it, if we go to reports, there's the two that we just added. We added it to that drop-down. So this is one that can print labels even if we don't receive it. Now think about that for a minute. That comes in handy possibly over here on the mobile device, because the mobile device, let's refresh this. Okay, now that's refreshed. We'll go to the PO, and this little button right here, this print button, this prints whatever we have as the default receiving report. So what that means is we can make this label, the part barcode PO1 off label, we can make that label the default label for this screen right here. You want me to show you how to do that? Let me show you how to do that. Go to the report screen, pull up this report, the part barcode PO1 off. We already have it pulled up. just as a reference. Actually, you don't need to have it pulled up. But if we go to Tools, Module Options, right here, from the report screen, we're on the report screen, we're going to Tools, Module Options. And it gives us a list of all the screens that we can assign default reports for. We're going to scroll down to the receiving screen. Scroll, scroll, scroll. And we've got receiving label, and we've got receiving. Now you would think receiving label would be the default, but that's not what I found out. Scroll down, and we're going to make the part barcode PO1 off. The default report for receiving, click OK. And probably need to log out, log back in for that to take. Okay, log out, log back in. And go to the receiving screen and select the PO we want to receive. Now we've got this print button option here. We click print, and there we go. There's our labels. So if you're looking for a way to print labels before you receive, this is a good option. But remember, this is PO labels. This is going to give you labels for everything. So this is heavy duty brake cables. And we just have a ton of labels here. And it opened up Word. And this is on purchase order 10089. Repeating a lot. That's strange because this is only receiving one. Strange. May have to look into that a little bit better. Back on this screen over on the left hand side is our list of purchase orders. And if we want to take a look at what showed up on the mobile device, we can say show me everything that is receivable. All receivable. And it was this one that we were looking at. And oh, strange, the plot thickens. Once again, I just grabbed a bad example, I think. This one might be a better example. So P10074, let's grab that. Works. It may not work, we'll see. You may just have to print labels after you receive instead of before. Seems like it's not selecting a PO, it's not filtering the PO, so my harebrained idea didn't work here. This is just grabbing all kinds of parts, the part number on that PO. So that label may have to be customized to look at what's on the receiving screen instead. Okay, other things to consider when receiving. Okay, so if you're still watching this, you're either an operations geek or you're just letting it run in the background, or this was super helpful and you were glued to the screen the whole way. That's what we do here at Brando Consulting, is we help you decide what software is right for you. So don't hesitate to reach out. And please, please, please react to this video. That tells YouTube that people like this video or if it was beneficial. Any type of reaction, YouTube says, oh, we'll let other people know about this video. So the commenting, please comment, subscribe, you know, whatever kind of reaction you can come up with, react to this video. And we greatly appreciate it. Click the link below, come to our website, fill out a contact form. I'm Lance, inventory software expert since 2006. And we have a lot of other videos like this for other software programs as well.